welcome to another video practice. Let's start with a breath in, stretching up towards the sky, bringing your palms together and down to your heart. Just taking a moment to center yourself, sitting up nice and tall, shoulders down, head pulling up, perfect posture, growing up tall, sit from your seated position. Start giving your head a roll, so bringing your chin forward towards your chest and then pushing your head back, keeping your shoulders down and your neck long, rolling the head backwards and forwards just gently. We're going to start bringing the chest into it a little bit now. So rolling back, bringing your chin to your chest and rounding through your spine. And as you're pushing your head back, arching chest forwards, holding onto your knees and helping bring a little bit of extra pressure to your arch and curl. Coming back up to a neutral spine now, bring your left hand down to the floor to the side, stretch your right arm up and lean over to the left, trying to keep both knees and both bum cheeks grounded to the floor. And then we're going to pop it over to the right, so bringing your fingers down to the side and reaching over. We're going to ping pong from side to side, try and move slowly with your breath, breathing in and stretching up, out and leaning down. Move into all fours now, bringing your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips with your toes tucked. We're going to do similar to what we did sitting, with an arch and a curl of the spine, moving the chin into the chest and up towards the sky. So as you breathe in, stick your chin up, head back and tailbone up, dropping your belly button down to the floor. And as you're breathing out, rolling your chin into your chest and tucking your tailbone under. Really pushing through the hands, knees and feet to get as much pressure out of these curling arches as you can. Give your body a wiggle. Take another breath in, and we're going to straighten up into downward dog, so bring your hips up and your heels down. Really pushing through your arms and sinking through your chest. Staying here just for a moment. Breathe in, find some stillness and enjoy the stretch. We're going to walk towards the hands now, one step at a time, coming forward into a fold. With one breath, we're going to straighten through the spine as much as you can and bend down into a fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to get your chest as close as you can to your thighs and your fingers down towards the ground. Once you're down, we're just trying to straighten up the legs as much as we can and then bending deep again, trying to maintain the chest close to the thighs and the fingers down to the floor. On your next deep bend, stay down and wrap your arms behind your knees, and if you can, grab hold of your elbows. Really use your arms to pull your chest in tight to your legs and continue the bend and straight motion. After a nice tight squeeze, release your arms down to the floor, slide your palms up to your knees and pull your face forward. Really pushing into the knees through the arms, pulling the face forward and straightening through the back, pulling the shoulders back. Starting to lean your weight forward into your toes and then fold back down. Into your forward fold. Bringing the right hand down between the centre of the feet, stretching the left arm up to the sky and bending your left knee. We're going to bring the left hand back down, straighten the right arm up and bend the right knee. We're turning from side to side, bending the knee we're facing and bringing the hand down to the floor. Obviously only having the standing leg as straight as you can and twisting from side to side. Come down to the floor with both hands now and give your knees a bend. Take a breath in and stretch up. Stepping the feet close together and really pushing the arms back behind the ears. We're going to bend down into the knees as if you're sitting into a chair. This is chair position. Squeezing the knees in, looking up and pushing the arms back. Take a big breath in as you straighten up, and then fold back down to the ground, palms down, and stepping back with your right foot into a nice deep lunge. I'm going to breathe in and straighten up through the arms, lifting the chest high and pushing the arms back, looking up to the sky. Hands down, stepping back into plank, lowering down, arm doing knees, chest, chin, and taking a breath in as you straighten up through the arms into upward dog. Just give your shoulders a quick shimmy, push it back into child's pose, and hold here for a moment. Breathe up again, up to all fours, and breathe out into downward dog. Find the nice stretch of the position, and then we're going to again walk the feet forward towards the hands, into a forward fold, coming into that fold as tightly as you can, bringing your chest down, and then straightening up into a flat back. So we're folding down, and then pulling the face away whilst keeping the hands down. Just for a couple of reps. As small a movement as this may feel, it really does change the stretch. With both hands down now, we're going to step back with the left foot into your lunge position. Breathing in, stretching up through the arms, dropping the shoulders back and squeezing the hips down. Bringing both hands either side of the right foot, stepping back into plank, lowering down to the belly, breathing in, straighten up through the arms into upward dog. Give the shoulders a little shimmy, looking back at the legs. And then breathe in up to the knees, so we're on all fours, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Toes tucked. Straightening the right leg back with the toes flexed. We're going to bring the knee towards the shoulder and then kick the leg straight across the left foot. So bringing the knee into the shoulder, straightening the leg, kicking across the left leg and back up to the shoulder. We're doing 10 reps of these. You're trying to point your knee straight out to the sides and not crunching it in forwards. Squeezing it as high as you can and then kicking it as far away as you can. I'm a bit tentative about touching the decking floor because I don't like bugs or dirt. Swapping it over. Toes untucked for this one, still with the right foot flexed and the knee at a 90-degree angle. We're going to push the foot flat up to the sky in little pulses, so pushing that knee as high as you can. Take a moment in your child's pose before we hit the other side. Okay, breathing it in and up to all fours again, and flexing the left foot back, up to the shoulder, and then straightening the leg across to the right. Knee up, leg back, knee up, leg back and across, squeezing it as high as you can, and then kicking it as far away as you can. Trying to stay stable through the hands, so nice straight arms, and really crunching that knee in nice and high. My mat's dirty, I hate the outdoors. Okay, so this time left foot flat up to the sky, knee in line with your hip, ankle in line with your knee into that nice 90-degree angle, and 10 pulses up to the sky. Good work. Take another moment in your child's pose. Breathing in and coming up onto your knees. You're going to straighten the left leg out to the side with toes facing forward, so your foot's flat across the mat with toes facing the same way as your face. Bringing your left hand onto your left leg, taking a breath in, stretching up through the right arm, and breathing out and leaning over that left leg. So you're sliding your left hand as far down as you can, trying to straighten through your right arm and look up underneath it. This is gate latch pose. We're going to breathe in and come up. Turn your left toes out to face the left. Bend into the left knee. Bring your right hand onto your right hip and squeeze it down to the floor. Your left hand to the inside of your left knee and push that knee back. Try and sit up nice and tall through your spine and hold here for a moment. Slowly coming up to a straight leg, pull the toes up to the sky and then roll in big toe, then little toe down towards the floor. As we know, we've practiced this before, you might not get a great amount of movement in this pose, but just the intention gives you that nice stretch. Bringing that left leg in and kicking the right one out, starting with toes facing forward and the sole flat down. The knee and the heel should be in a straight line, so your hips are in line with both legs. Bring the right arm down the right leg, breathing in, breathing out as you lean over. Again, coming as far down as you can, pushing the arm back and looking up at the sky underneath it. Breathe in, come up, turn the right toes out to the right, bend into the knee. Give the left hip a squeeze down to the floor and the right knee a push back. Sitting up nice and tall and feeling this lovely stretch. Straightening up the right leg, pull the toes up and then flexing the foot as you roll the pinky toe and the big toe down towards the floor. I'm going to come back onto all fours now, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and kicking the left foot forward to the outside of the left hand into a lunge position. Tuck your right toes under and lift the right knee. Now we're going to shimmy from lunge to lunge. So using your hands, we're going to turn out to the right foot into a right-footed lunge. So we're twisting from side to side, keeping your feet planted, taking a lot of weight in your hands as you walk from side to side, going from one lunge to the other. Through the transition, you're almost coming into a wide fold with both toes facing forwards and your shoulders coming forward over your hips. Try and maintain a nice straight leg through the back, squeezing back through the heel and sinking your hips down when you get into your lunge position. This is quite a fun full body strength and stretch, so do this as many times as you feel. Just try and put the intention through the position and don't half-ass it. We're going to stay with our right foot forward now, bringing the left knee down and untucking the toes. Pulling the hips back, straighten the right leg, pull your toes up. Come as low as you can with your chest and arms over that right leg. Your left knee and your hips should be in a straight line in that position. We're coming forward back into your lunge. Bringing your thumbs to the centre of the small of your back, squeezing your elbows towards each other and giving your hips a good push forward with your hands. Really draw your shoulders back and down and sit nice and tall. Come forward back into your lunge so your knee's in line with your ankle. A lot of weight through your hands and then drop that right knee out to the side. If you're comfortable here, you can stay here, or you can bring your right hand to the inside of your right knee and give it a squeeze down. Or you can bring your right arm around, squeeze your foot into your bum and squeeze your heel in. This is the most intense form of this posture, so do what works for you. Shimmy the foot across the mat, so you calf straight across the mat behind your wrists and sit your hips down towards the floor. You're trying to have your back leg nice and straight, trying to hold some weight in your hands up as tall as you can. If you want to take this further, you can take a breath in and reach up towards the sky, trying to push your head and arms back, really pushing through both legs to stabilise yourself. And then coming down, resting your head, chest and arms down over that front leg and take a moment, relax here. This is pigeon pose. Breathe in and calm up, shimmy back onto all fours, and we're going to do the same on the opposite side after a quick child's pose. Take a breath, relax. Breathing in and back up to all fours, stepping the left foot to the outside of the left hand and dropping the knee out to the side. Again, there are 3 versions of this pose, so 1, just as you are, 2, bringing the hand to the inside of the knee, giving it an extra squeeze out, or grabbing the foot with the left hand, the right foot with the left hand, squeezing it into the bum. Really stabilising yourself with your right hand, squeezing your hips down. You're going to bring that knee back in, pull your hips back and straighten the left leg, pulling the toes up towards the ceiling. You can see the difference in my posture here because I've got a bad left knee, so this side is a lot more difficult for me. You'll find that with yourself. One side always differs. Trying to bring the shin straight across the mat again, sitting nice and tall, pushing through the hands to stabilise yourself. And if you want to, again, taking a breath in, reaching up through your arms, trying to have a little back bend, and then coming forward, resting your head down on your arms and taking a moment to relax. Breathing in, coming up, give your legs a bit of a stretch, pushing back through the heel as you straighten the leg. And we're coming back for another lunge, this time stepping the foot between the hands so the knee is into the chest. Straight back through the other leg, and you're trying to kick your heel in towards your bum. Trying to maintain some nice strength coming through your arms so all the pressure isn't on your back knee. Trying to elongate through the spine and really kick that foot in as tightly as you can, keeping your hips down to the ground. We're doing 10 kicks each side. So we're going to swap it over, stepping your other foot forward, again between your hands, really bringing the chest down onto the thigh, and then squeezing the heel into the bum. If you have got sensitive knees, this is quite difficult for me. You could bring a cushion onto your back knee just to support it and ease the movement. Stepping that knee back. Coming onto your bum and then laying down onto your back. Stretching both legs straight down to the floor. Arms and shoulders relaxed down, keeping your head down. We're going to straighten one leg at a time up towards the sky, really pointing through the toes, keeping both legs straight, grounded through your lower back, and squeezing that leg in straight as tight as you can, really pointing it up to the sky. Again, really try and concentrate on pushing your lower back down into the floor. On your next kick, we're going to grab hold of the thigh with both hands, squeeze the heel into the bum, and then straighten up through the leg. Trying to keep the arms as tight around the thigh as you can to try and maintain that knee quite close into the chest. As you bend in the knee, point the toes. As you straighten in the leg, flex the foot. So bend and point, straighten and flex. We're going to hold this next leg straight and then flex and point through the toes, squeezing the leg in as tightly as you can to the chest. Start to walk your hands up the leg if you've got room to bring it in that little bit tighter. And then relax the leg down. With the right knee bent, bring the left hand onto the right knee and pull it over to the left to touch the floor. Straighten your right arm out to the right and try and keep that right shoulder pinned down as you're squeezing the left knee down to the left. Coming back onto the back. I really don't like doing yoga outside. I may not do this again. The floor's so dirty. We're going to bend and point the toes and straighten and flex the foot. It seems I missed a bit. So try and remember to do those kicks up and down with the left leg as well as the right. Sorry about that. And walking your hand up the leg, flexing and pointing the toe, and then holding it in nice and tight. Bending the left knee now, holding it with the right hand and bringing it over to the right. Trying to pin your left shoulder down to the floor and looking to the left. Coming back onto your back. Give both knees a squeeze. As tight as you can into your chest, and then straightening up through your legs, pointing and flexing the toes. See if you can grab hold of the toes. If your knees are bent, that's fine. Just get them as straight as you can. Try and get a little bit of a rock going. Really using your arms to pull your feet so that this isn't all happening through your legs and abs. Really use your arms to start this little rocking motion. We're trying to bring the feet down towards the floor, getting as close as you can. If you manage to get there, hold it for a minute and really push back through the heels. Try and lengthen through the neck and keep the shoulders down. Now allow the bum to lower down to the ground, grabbing behind the ankles if you've got room to. Again, if your knees need to bend, that's okay. Just try and squeeze it as tight as you can and slowly bring your bum back down to the floor and give your knees another squeeze. Bring your feet back down to the floor, soles together, drop your knees open nice and wide. Take a few breaths here and really allow your weight to melt down into the floor. Slowly now, bringing your hands to the outsides of your knees and squeezing them together. Then both knees into the chest, breathing in, rolling up to sitting. Again, just try and sit nice and tall, give yourself a shimmy. Take a breath in, bring your palms together and down to your heart, namaste.